Next item is public comment on items not on this agenda. It is the council's policy to refer matters raised in this forum to staff for investigation and interaction where appropriate. The Brown Act prohibits the council from discussing or acting upon any matter not agendized pursuant to state law. Would anyone like to address the council under public comment? Okay.
Robert Rico, 7th Avenue. I gave the city clerk a form, but I guess you're not going to use them tonight. I just wanted to remind everybody that...
Got it right here.
Oh, I thought you said, does anybody want to speak? And I
I
didn't.
did, but I just got these right after I said that. So you're good.
Am I good?
You're good.
Do I have to start over? No.
No.
The American Cancer Society's Relay for Life kickoff party is going to be next Monday, 6 to 8 o'clock. This year, Daly City, South San Francisco, and San Bruno went together and formed one entity to put on the event. This year it's going to be in April in the city park, but we're having the kickoff on the 30th from 6 to 8 at the San Francisco Wine School, 415 Grand Avenue in South San Francisco. Since it's the wine school, you have to be 21 or older to get in. We're going to do something later, I think, for the younger kids, but there will be activities. You can learn about the event, the survivors, the caregivers, the luminaria. I have a few brochures that I'll leave back here, and thank the city again for their continuing support. They're working with us very well in determining how we're going to use City Park. So,
All right.
thank you very much.
Thank you, Robert. Next speaker is Tim O'Brien regarding dog ordinance in the parks.
Good evening. Thank you for letting me speak. And my wife and I and other residents attended the Parks and Rec committee meeting last week. And what was brought up was the dog ordinance. And we'd like to see it amended. It's been in effect since 1988. And times have changed. There's lots of residents now in San Bruno with four-legged kids, as we like to call them. And so we'd like to see the council to consider amending the dog ordinance, allowing dogs, four-legged kids, in parks on a leash, and also, you know, we bring this up because of Commodore Park. We talked about dog park, and it's not very accommodating for four-legged kids. I know it was like a quick fix to allow dogs to play in that certain area, but it's not very accommodating, like I said. And we'd like the city to consider other spots throughout the city for a nice, accommodating dog park for everybody to enjoy. That's all I have. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next speaker is Vinay. Hope I said it correctly.
Hi, good evening. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. I just want to talk about the street that I live on, 7th Avenue. Cross street is Walnut, and I've been living there for about 30 years now. Been too long. My son goes to the same elementary that I've went to. And had massive flooding this year because of the heavy rain. So, you know, really, there's only 4 houses there, and we'd like to get some help to prevent the flooding in the future. It was pretty severe. The water was in our garage, actually. And and I know there's a creek right across, and due to the ocean's high tide as well. And second thing, I just want to put it out there is a couple of our schools who really need some financial help. We got 4th and 5th grade that's being divided or being stuck together, 4th and 5th grade students, and it's really difficult for the teachers and for my son and the other students to learn at the same time. We got 31 students in a classroom with one teacher. That's extremely difficult. We went to the board, school district, and we spoke, but it seems like there's no help. A couple of years back, they cut back on teachers because they stated it was financial burden. And this year, they eliminated one teacher position and put 4th and 5th grade students together. It's really difficult, so any kind of help would be very much appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right. We did ask for speaker cards, but anybody else under public comment? Okay. All right. Just tell us your name and your street, please.
Yeah, my name's Ray Betts. I live on Hensley, 736 Hensley. And the parking problem that we've been having there for, I've been there for about 25, 30 years. It's always been a problem. But now that we have this driveway ordinance for this blocking the sidewalks, that more people have to park on the street. So we also have a problem with the parking. We have limited parking out in front of our house due to the, we can't park there between, let's see, 7 and I think it is 6. And it's only on half the block. And I've talked to, years ago, I've talked to the city manager about it. And what I think the problem is the businesses like the Toyota dealership, Midas, what's the other one? Dave, there's an auto repair shop, and then there's more used car sales down the street. What the businesses do is they park on the street also, congesting the street, and then the church down the street also parks there on during events on Saturdays and Sundays. So it just makes it hard for the residents there to park their car because we end up, fighting over the parking. And I just was wondering if maybe some answer with the parking, maybe pull the sign up or talk to the businesses. Maybe they can put their, have their employees park on their own lots, or maybe even the customers too, because they all park on that street.
Right.
So,
Thank you.
okay.
I know it's been a difficult issue. We're going to have a formal item on the next agenda regarding parking, so we'll be able to discuss it in more detail at that time. So that'll be February 14th.
To discuss parking?
Yes. Did you have something to?
Yeah,
Just tell us your name and your street.
my name is Callista Shepherd. I'm on Poplar Avenue. Hello, I wasn't going to speak, but as long as this came up, I just wanted to remark that I'm sure you know me because I email staff and council often on the issue of neighborhoods being negatively impacted by adjacent businesses, and you know that we're having a problem with Victory Honda. And what I also wanted to offer is that I understand that there are conditional use permits, and there are, at least as far as we are right near Victory Honda. So many of our neighbors are negatively impacted by employees parking on the street against the conditional use permit, et cetera. So we have already brought this to your attention and the staff's attention, and we have also already brought it before planning, and our understanding is that the planning department is going to be making a staff report to the planning commission next time, and one of these issues, and I wonder if the other neighbor who brought up parking by a business near them, if that business actually does have a conditional use permit, where in that permit, one of the conditions may be that they have an obligation to have off-street parking of a certain amount for employees, as we do. And we know that if they will address that, at least in our neighborhood, that will probably alleviate some of the negative community impact. So I offer that. I'm glad that there's an opportunity that we're going to have the parking, because I know it's affecting all of San Bruno. And also, I would just like to again ask the council, because I know that there is an important issue about businesses and the tax basis for the city, which we understand. We would also like to know that the businesses that are here are complying with their conditional use permit so that it is equally applied. And so I would just ask that you follow this issue. Please take an active oversight step on it, and if you do care about that local business, being a good citizen and neighbor and complying, that you may want to take an additional step and make sure that they do.
Thank you.
We're not trying to run them out of town. We're just trying not to be run over ourselves.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you.